Hey guys, what's up? It's coming back to ya with another episode of Car Rides with Schla. I don't really know what's going on right now because I thought I was gonna be early and I'm looking at the clock and I'm not. And there's a lot of stuff happening recently that's gonna hit pretty hard, mainly being the time change, and I'm still not early. So I don't know what that was about. Felt like I skid a bit. That's no good. Anyways. Yeah, I mean I'm feeling very good today. I think today is gonna be a good day, and that's mainly due to I believe my sleep was impeccable. I can check what the things it definitely didn't track it right, because it just says it was okay. Yeah, that's a shame. Yeah, it just didn't track it properly. It says I went to sleep at 10 a.m. when I'm really annoyed that has been happening. I don't know why. Because I was asleep for like 2 extra hours, and I'm sure when I adjust that, it's going to give me like a 90 something sleep score. I'm sure. Yeah, that's a shame. But yeah, other than that, looks good. I definitely think that it was just a really good night's sleep. I think that was part of the issue yesterday was I was just so tired. I probably should have went home early, but I don't know, I made this like last minute decision to just stay late, and well, hopefully that is not problematic or anything. Time will tell, I suppose. But I'm in better spirits today. I don't know. I know yesterday I was kind of like struggling there. I don't really know why, but yeah, I was just kind of like not feeling it at all. I did go over the things I said with GPT, but I wasn't really too happy with its responses. I've kind of noticed that recently. Like, I don't I don't know if it's cuz I'm not manic, and maybe when I was manic, it just seemed like so, but I guess it's just like the initial novelty of it wore off. Like, I still love GPT, but it's really not like I don't know. I'm not like overly impressed with it, or I haven't been in a while. I just don't think it's the same after a while. It's like not like the initial fun, but it is what it is. I mean, what can you do? What can you do? I'm just happy that the week's over. I'm just happy that well, almost. We have a short day, but it should be pretty good. The week's been good though in terms of my work. Like, my job's been very easy this week, which is a definite nice break because it's been like kind of busy for a while. But today, like this week, it was like really chill, like just very chill. So very happy to see that. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to report. I really have to readjust this sidearm to get the mic in a better position, but I can't do that. So, I'm not gonna do it while driving either. I don't have the effort. I don't have the energy to. Oh, that's the thing. Yeah, I thought I was gonna be early, and then like I really was. I already said that. That's not a good sign. What else is there to touch on then? I know I had some kind of topic. I know I did. Something was like swirling around in my head before I left, but no, not too much right now. See, this is why I think at my work, the walk switch law, it just kind of makes more sense. It works out better because I'm just in a more engaged mental state when I do that. Like, I'm just in a more, again, like engaged mental condition. That's just how I am. It's like we're not what is it called? We're not I'm trying to think. In a more engaged, why am I? Yeah, no, because it's just like when I'm either like first woken up or all the way at the end of the day, I'm not I'm not engaged. Like it's just not the same thing at all. It's just not. So sometimes there's been killer morning shows, or I think in the beginning of the series there was, but then as time goes on, I guess it just loses the part of the magic that it had. And there's sort of like a recent history of things I've been dying to talk to people about that gets used up, and then you don't just have like this constant generation of things. You're kind of stuck. You're stuck wherever you were at. And so yeah, I guess that's what I deal with. It's then now the late and morning show, like, they're not really that easy to pull off because I don't have this like laundry list of things to go through. And yeah, it's rough. It's just been kind of rough, and it's a shame because I know I had something to talk about, and I don't know what it is. Like between leaving the house and getting in the car, I already forgot. That's kind of a shame because I was pretty psyched to talk about it, but what can you do? Same as usual. Same as usual. But yeah, so I don't know, for some reason I don't really have much to talk about. I was kind of hoping GPT would have given me a better answer, and I really would have continued to expand upon the last episode. But yeah, see, now we're getting into like episode continuity now. We're really getting some serious upgrades. Because I know that's been happening with some of the walk switch loss sometimes, but I know usually I'm just random, but in this case I'm making references to the previous episode. So what do you think about that? Obviously the budget has increased and we're kind of figuring all that out. Anyways, but now that totally just scrambled everything I was talking about. I don't even remember what was I even joking about. Oh, okay. I know what I was gonna say. Yeah, but I was so tired last night. I just couldn't give it the time of day. Like, if anything, today I might delve more into that previous episode and try to have like a better follow up. That's what I'm saying. Like, especially on those late days, it's like there's no like break. You know what I mean? It's like I go home, I basically go to sleep, and then I basically wake up and now I'm like talking again. And I know there's like the break of sleeping, but it's a lot, like it's really a lot. And as I don't know, like it's not like I didn't get to do anything when I got home. Like it was so late. I just am, listening to the ChatGPT responses while I'm making my food, and then I just get in bed and go to bed. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's not I should say no, actually you guys probably know by now, but just for anybody who doesn't, I have all my food cooked and I just transport it into the smaller containers when I get home. So that's what I mean by I wasn't actually in the kitchen making food to eat. I was just putting it in the containers because I used to do it in the morning, and then I kind of realized that just makes no sense because it's all like a crazy rush and stuff, and it's better to just do it the night before, obviously. So that's what I started doing. But that was a while ago. That's nothing new. I feel like I'm going to get to work so late today. I don't know. And it's kind of a shame because I really thought I was early, but we're just not really getting it in gear, which is very concerning because of the time change that is about to happen. And I'm just not really getting it in gear. I should be going to bed earlier. I'm going to try to do that. I guess I've sort of been doing that, but yeah, I just don't know. We're going to have to try to shift it earlier. Should already been doing that, but I've just been kind of going crazy. So anyways, what else is there to talk about? Wow. He just cut in front of me for, like, he wasn't able to, but he did. It's a BMW sedan though, so I'll give him a pass. It's not like a new BMW sedan. That's always what I say, right? Like, if somebody does something crazy like that and they're just driving some like regular car, I don't respect it. But as long as it's not, I mean, he could have done it a lot less dangerous. Like, he kind of pushed it, but I don't know. Anyways, I'm not sure what I was talking about now. That kind of threw me off. That guy really threw me off too. I don't know. Whatever, guys. Whatever. Alright. Yeah, I also kind of woke up late today, and so I'm like a little bit parched because I didn't really get to hydrate and eat properly. It's just terrible timing because for the past 2 or 3 weeks, I have not been waking up early, and now is the time that I need to. You know what I mean? Like, now's the time. And then I'm not. Now I'm like sleeping in and losing it. So, I mean, fortunately, it's I guess I'm like complaining over nothing because it's not even like it matters. Like, if I didn't get to work early, it doesn't matter because I come to work so early anyway on purpose because then, it's like I'm giving myself like an extra buffer. So it's good. It's very good. Sorry, I'm just spacing out, thinking about music, thinking about whatever. But yeah, I guess, I don't know. I was just very tired yesterday. I think if I can get another good night's sleep tonight, we'll be in good shape. We'll be in very good shape. Yeah, who am I kidding? I'm just thinking about it, and who am I kidding? All this stuff doesn't replace real people. I mean, it's just like, I know for certain my life would be so much more fun and exciting if I just had people who could keep up with me, but it's just never been the case, and it's sad. I don't know. I've never really met a person who could reciprocate or keep up with me. And I'm imagining, like, a lot of humans, they have multiple friends who can do that because, again, their brain's different, so maybe it's easier or it's more median, so it's just inherently easier for assimilation to occur. But it's just like, man, I don't know what's up with me. And I guess I really thought that was like the takeaway, is that I could do it myself. This car rides with Schla, like, it's a way to do it myself, but it's just not. It's just like crazy, and people are so crazy for no reason. Like, in a very real way, it's not okay. It's definitely just not okay. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of tired of it. So nothing's really changed. I mean, I have my hobby now, but it's like, nothing's really changed. But yeah, I guess we'll just keep living with the experiment. We'll keep seeing how things go. It's weird, you know? It's just like, it's just the older you get, like, the more the weight keeps weighing on you and stuff about, you know, I have, what it is, I have OCD with friendships, and like with anything else in life, I actually didn't articulate this properly. Here's some episode continuity. Last episode I ended with trying to say that I'm like the modernist manifestation incarnate, is what I said. And I gave some kind of explanation for that, but it was a little bit lousy. It didn't really explain the point properly, and I just, based on what I just said, I just remembered what I actually meant to say. So these new cars, the Lincoln Navigator, I believe, unless they changed their name, the Lincoln Navigator. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if they changed the name of their, I don't know, whatever. It's probably in other Lincoln cars too. Maybe not, but whatever. You have this feature where it's very, like, interesting because you have screen control air vents. So it looks like extremely clean and minimal because you can't see moving air vents from the outside. But then from the inside, obviously, you can still adjust it. It just looks very sleek and streamlined from the outside. But the obvious issue with that is it's not really better. It's not better than whoever invented the adjustable, like the manually adjustable vent is like really a marvel of a concept. It's a concept that it's just very perfect, and there's really no way to improve it. I'm trying to think of, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I guess if you add it in, it's just such a perfect system. The adjustable vent, manual adjustable vent. And the problem though with modernity is you have to keep improving. You can't not keep improving. That's not gonna work. So eventually engineers, it's like, what's their job? They're supposed to be like re-engineering and redesigning, and you get to a point where like the design was already the greatest it could be, and then now it's just like not, you know? Now it's like you're going through all this extra effort, it's like ridiculously expensive, it's crazy. And for what? For adjusting a vent. Like, it's not really. And I feel like that, when I heard about that and thought about it, it made me realize that that's kind of how I roll. In general, that's how I operate. I'm just always like chasing and trying to improve, trying to make sure that I'm getting the best I can. And I've described this before on, I'm remembering now, I've already talked about this before, but I'm hoping to better elaborate and expand and extrapolate it now. That's also how I see like my friendships and my social relationships, is let's really have the best experiences, the best communication, like the best, strongest feeling possible. And it's an obsessive thing. It's in the same way as in my regular life. Like, I go through all this effort to try to do things as best and easiest and most efficiently as possible. And I've done that with my health, with pursuing carnivore, which, you know, I understand there is disagreement about, you know, what actually is or isn't healthy with carnivore, so we don't need to get into that too much. But what I am saying is that it is like a health decision, and it's probably the most minimalist and simplistic health decision you can have, because, you know, meat is the most all-encompassing food. It is red meat, you know. And then if you add red meat and dairy, that's like the, you know, the most complete with the least amount of ingredients. The other things to add are like things you kind of top off. Like, it's not things that are like super essential. Like, you really get all your essentials just from red meat and dairy. Like, it's really a lot of good solid stuff that, you know, comparatively, if you're dealing with grains, you're just not going to get that, you know. You're just not. So it's a minimalist approach, and it's a very calculated approach. It's also the densest. So when we get into, you know, vegetables, they take up a lot more space. They're not as dense of a food. You know, meat, that carries really a lot of calories and is like packed with ridiculous amounts of protein for the amount of size that it takes up in your body, right? So there's, yeah, I mean, that, you know, it's obviously like a legitimate point. It's very dense, it's very efficient. It's the most efficient way to eat, by far. I don't, you know, I don't think in terms of foods there's any food that is as packed as red meat. And then, of course, you know, the next thing would be dairy on that list, which you could argue is still pretty packed. I mean, I'm not going to make any crazy claims like I am with beef, but So it reflects that, and it's like I wanted to eat the best. I didn't want to necessarily do what I wanted. I wanted to consume the best food, and that's in direct opposition to most people. Most people see what is best very nominally as just what they want. So if somebody wants something, let's say, because like when I was younger, let's say I really wanted to eat donuts or cookies, and then they want that, and then they would just think that that is best. So humans, they very like surface level, shallowy think, oh, like it would be amazing if I could have donuts all the time. That would be amazing, right? They're not thinking about what actually is or isn't. They're thinking about what they want or don't want. And of course, not that many people are that immature, but you might want to look around because a lot of younger people now are doing crazy food stuff like that. And it is pretty crazy. So keep that in mind. You know, not many people are doing crazy food stuff. I mean, a lot of people are doing crazy. So maybe that is the case. Like there's definitely probably people out there today who do that. They probably just eat like a donut every day and just like 2 donuts every day. And like really there's probably some people with like despicable diets, you know. That's like the truth of it. Just absolutely like the most, you know, terrible diet you can think of. Like there's probably younger people actually doing it today in this day and age. So, but what my point is it's not the best example because I'm really speaking to a broader human comprehension of things. And like, yeah, I mean, most people eat, I would say most people eat like reasonable diets, you know, like, and they probably would agree that it's like, oh, well, I would assume it's still a minority that would just be that brain dead to like, but you know what, who knows? I honestly don't even know because when I talk to people, they are significantly ignorant to nutritional stuff. I mean, it's bad. You know what I mean? It's very bad. Like I've talked to a lot of people and it's just terrible. Like how little people really understand about nutrition. Like it's insane. It's insane. But so maybe it is an okay example. But the whole premise is that humans have like a really hard time understanding objectively what is best, or even wanting to or caring to think about that. Whereas that's been a bedrock of my whole thought process this whole time is like, I'm trying to look objectively and see like, you know, let's really have the best friendship. Let's spend as much time with each other as possible. Let's have these really cool memories. Let's have, right? And like, that's stuff that maybe naturally happened in a prior environment, but nowadays people aren't even thinking about that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like they're past that. People are struggling just to hold a conversation with a person. People are struggling just to meet anyone, just to talk to anyone at all. So when I'm coming through with this level of care and this level of vision for trying to craft like a perfect friendship, it's just not landing, and it didn't land with anybody, and it still hasn't. I haven't been even attempting anymore because of just the amount of times. But you know, a lot of people are truly ruthless. They're truly bored specimen. You know, that's just what they are. It's not a great thing by any means, but you know, what can you do? They're truly bored, and they go through very excessive lengths to quench and quell that boredom. That's really what happens. And a lot of times people don't know, like they're so depraved, they just do these things that are mean or whatever. And so when a lot of people think about friendships and stuff, they're not thinking about it in the way I am. Like nobody even thinks about being kind, or nobody really cares about that. It's not entertaining enough. It doesn't grip as strong as being mean. It's not as loud. And so you have a bunch of people who are just depraved. I mean, they're really depraved humans. And they're cruel and they're mean, you know. And it's crazy. But I think that's really the difference, is that when people think of what's better, they just base it off of what they want. Even though, if I had to imagine, a majority of people's desires are probably objectively invalid, especially at this stage we're living in such an artificial environment. You know, the amount of people where their dream has become, you know, Robux, or these like random fashion things, or, you know, people are so depraved. It's like the things they want, the things they care about, they're so off center. Like they're not what is wrong with society. Like they're usually what is wrong with society. You know what I'm saying? And so people with their desires, it's very shallow, it's very off center, it misses the mark. And they don't even know what objective better what. Like they have no idea what I'm talking about when I try to have these conversations. They know what they want and they see that as better, and that's all they care about. And they don't really care about groups of people or anything like that. And that's just the truth. I mean, people are very selfish, and it's through a cognitive inadequacy or a cognitive incompetence. I don't think it's a result of not people wanting to be selfish or people wanting to be mean. It's just this human survival level instinct of just selfishness. I mean, I don't know. And if you aren't aware of that, and if you don't think about it, then it's just going to be natural. You know, it's just going to be natural, and that's all there is to it. That's just all there is to it. Oh. That could have been bad. I mean, I saw them, but blind spots are crazy. And blind spots are crazy. Anyways. Yeah, I think that's really the main problem. You know, it is. People are just, there's a depth to their selfishness. There's a true depth to it. I'm trying to think. I don't know, this is just a random idea, but I feel like you could make the case that instead of having like rear lights that need to be on, you could just have every car require like a pretty elaborate and broad reflective thing. What am I saying? Because as long as there's headlights, you probably will it probably would never be a problem. I mean, it's possible it could be a problem, but it probably would just not be an issue if, you know, if every car just had like an excessive amount of reflectivity on the back. It's really a high likelihood that, oh, you know why they probably don't want to do that? Because then brake lights become less obvious. Yeah. Yeah. I was going to say it technically would just save on a pretty intense amount of electricity, you know, like it would just save on a lot of bulb burnout. Bulbs would burn out much less, but I think that's really the issue, is the brake light issue. You know, how it's just, the brake lights would be a lot harder to see. Yeah, we may actually make similar time to yesterday, either similar or like a minute later. That's kind of my current prediction, which is interesting. Because that's definitely like the most, it's actually kind of like crazy. Like this minute, that if we strike it here, like we struck it yesterday, we're going to strike it here. It's probably just been like the most consistent I've ever, like, I don't know, out of any like check-in time, it's always like this time. I think we're gonna get gypped too. Like we could have got it in like a minute earlier, but it's possible we're just gonna end up getting gypped because the timing's kind of poor. But isn't that like crazy? It's crazy how like consistent I am. Like I'm really remarkably. Like I said, if they tracked it at my job, I am certain that if any person here, like, I would score the highest for like consistency down to the minute, maybe even down to the second. You know, who knows? Who knows? But yeah, I think my prediction's correct. It'll be kind of off, like would be, it's kind of close, but you know, it's just a shame because sometimes, you know, you can get lucky, but today is not that day. Might have parked a bit to the side. That's not really too great, but hopefully nothing bad happens. But yeah, same minute. I've been doing that like a lot. Like I said, this minute is like the most. I don't know if I ever mentioned this either, but my car was actually, what am I saying? I think I could tell that my car battery was going, but I didn't really know. Like maybe I thought it was probably thought it was normal. You know, like I just didn't, I don't know, that it like would lag a little bit in the morning, like it would start slower. It's not like I wasn't aware of it, but I don't really know what is normal. So, yeah, I don't know. But now, like, I realize, because then when he checked it, he told me. So it's like, yeah, it was time to be due. You know, it was its time. It was definitely its time. All right. It hasn't been schla. It's not time to buy schla. All right, let's get a grip. Shall we? Oh my gosh, where's all my stuff? Oh, here it is. Okay, let's figure things out. Yeah, sorry I'm coming up on crickets. I don't know why, but I just don't really have that much to say right now. Oh, maybe I didn't get such a good night's sleep. No, I'm just joking. I think I'm just dehydrated a little bit because of this morning, you know. It's okay. Just a short day, just a short, easy day. That's all it is. Alright. Well, what can I say? It's been no, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. I might as well stop the transcript because I'm not going to say anything significant now. Alright, well, I believe it's been schla, and now it's time to buy schla. So, see you schla.